Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of A Healthy Dose of Fran. Today, Percy Jackson returns in a brand new video looking at something that I really think needs to be looked at, and that is Percy's decision at the end of the last battle to not become a god. The main reason why I want to look at it is because it's what I do. So today, I'm exploring what would have happened if Percy had become a god. Now I know that we have the justification for why Percy didn't want to become a god, and they are completely fair reasons for it, because, well, he's seen what gods are like, he knows what gods do, and while he may not end up like that, Dionysus was once a demigod, and we know what Mr. D is like, and pretty sure he's a cautionary tale for anyone who wants to become an immortal being. But other than that, Percy has just other reasons, such as Annabeth, his mother, the other demigods, the fact that the gods don't seem to care about their own children, and him deciding not to become immortal gives him the opportunity to ask of the gods to do this, to recognise their children, so this doesn't happen again. And that is a great thing to do, but I still am intrigued at the possibility of what would have happened if he had been a god, and specifically, what would he have been the god of? Now, some of these ideas aren't completely my own, because I had the help and the inspiration from the fantastic guys over at the Camp Half-Blood Reddit page. So to you guys there, thank you for this inspiration, and I hope you don't sue me for copyright. But other than that, thank you to you guys, but also let's just get on with the video. The first possibility of Percy being a god is relating to the fact that he is a son of Poseidon, and as such, maybe he will become the god of tides. The reason for him being the god of tides is, well, firstly, he's a waterbender, and a lot of the waterbending that he does is with tides and moving the tides. Like, look at his battle with Ares in The Lightning Thief. He uses the tides to his advantage to raise him up, to move him around, to move Ares around. So the tides are tied to his abilities and he uses it to his advantage. The other thing is something that Annabeth says about him, and that's the fact that he can't be contained. And what everyone hears is the tides can't be controlled. They can't be made to do something they don't want to do. They will follow their own path. And that's Percy in a nutshell. He does what he does because that's what he wants to do, and often because it's the best thing to do. There is also the fact that he is known to have not anger issues, but he is rough. He doesn't hold back. He is quite terrifying in some cases, like we saw in scenes in Heroes of Olympus. Obviously that wouldn't happen in the context of him becoming a god, but even in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, there are many things that he does that would be considered quite terrifying, such as Medusa's head with Gabe. But I'm going to talk about that in another video. So rough tides would be another thing that he would tie into, and would be a sort of specific speciality for him being a god. And as such, god of tides or god of rough tides would be something that would fit if Percy became a god. The other possibility is the god of loyalty, and you guys are probably not surprised that this one is here, because Percy is all about loyalty. Not only is it his fatal flaw, but in terms of him being a god, it is something that could become a positive. In this case, he can use this idea of loyalty to help guide those in the mortal world and the demigod world to make sure that they are loyal to their friends, their family, and to themselves in a way, because loyalty isn't just about other people, it is about your personal self as well. Now, while it can have slightly bad repercussions here and there, loyalty is something that was desperately needed throughout the whole Percy Jackson series, because it was the lack of sense of loyalty that led to some of the demigods turning against their parents, not because they weren't loyal to them, but because they felt their parents weren't loyal to them. So loyalty would be something that would be a benefit for Percy to be a god of, and be able to use to help support and guide the demigods, so he's more involved with them, because that's what Percy's going to do. He is going to be more involved with demigods as much as he can, because he knows what it's like. And loyalty may be one of the ways in which he can do that. The final one, I think, is the one that everyone is going to agree with the most, and that is Percy becoming the god of heroes. Because not only is Percy a hero himself, so it is a personality or trait of his own, but I think it's something that will tie in not only to the reason why he turned down the godly position in the first place, but it's something that he and most other demigods that we know strive to do after the events of the last battle. And that is make sure that no demigod is ever forgotten, left behind, or made to feel worthless. Every hero, every demigod, even mortal heroes that were involved in the battle deserve to be recognised and to feel like they are a hero, but also to know that just because they are a hero doesn't mean that they are expendable, which is a big problem that the gods led to demigods feeling, because they were often just a means to an end for the gods. And as such, going to the reason why Percy turned down this godly acceptance, him being the god of heroes resolves this. The gods didn't care or look after their children. They let them live in a world where they felt like they had no one and that their parents didn't love them. But Percy is going to make sure that with him being a god, no demigod will ever feel that way again. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with my ideas as to what Percy could have been if he was a god? Or do you have your own ideas of what Percy may have been a god of? If you do, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Before I sign off, I want to give a huge thank you to the fantastic artist of today's Percy Jackson thumbnail, CGKPLUIE, who is a brilliant artist, and I will link everything of their social media in the description box down below. Go check them out, go support them, because this artwork is amazing. And to CGKPLUIE, thank you so much for letting me use it. In general, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you go to the description box down below, you'll find the links to all of my social media, my merchandise store, and my Patreon. If you want more Percy Jackson content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.